What up, weebs? Welcome back to We Love Anime. Today I'm feeling extra spicy, so we're diving into the top 10 manhwa and manhwa starring everyone's favorite archetype, the Demon Lord MC. Now I know what you're thinking, how can a Demon Lord protagonist not be an edgy cringe fest? But my dudes, some of these are surprisingly well written. We've got political intrigue, battle strategies, and of course, enough gore to make even Issei blush. So pop open your favorite drink and get ready for the ranked list. And remember, just because they're called Demon Lords doesn't mean they can't have some humanity too. Now let's kick things off at number 10. Number 10 on our list is I, the Demon Lord, am being targeted by my female disciples. Now this one's a real doozy. Our MC Bai Fang gets isekai'd into a dating sim game as the big bad Demon Lord Bai King Ling. But here's the kicker. His gorgeous disciples that he thought were just pawns turned out to be the main villains trying to capture his evil heart. Talk about a wild plot twist. Bai King Ling starts off as a ruthless immortality-seeking jerk doing shady cultivation and making human puppets. Just your standard Demon Lord activities, you know. But then, Bai Fang inherits this crazy great love system that lets him turn the tables. It's like he's playing the game from both sides now. The art is striking and the story has this deliciously devious feel. If you're craving an unconventional Demon Lord tale with a dash of romance, you gotta check this one out. The Book of Lear coming in at 9 on our Demon Lord manhwa list. So get this, a human prince signs a contract with a crazy powerful demon king but then immediately bites the dust. Talk about a short-lived deal, am I right? But here's the twist, the demon king now has to take over the role of Prince Lear and complete the dude's dying wishes before he can return to his former demonic glory. It's like a diabolical body swap situation going horribly wrong. Now the Demon King has to whip this prince's body into shape, battle against the heavenly angels, and race against time to check off the prince's bucket list. And he's bringing his demon homies along for the insane ride. The plot has been setting up some juicy background so far, but I'm stoked to see this Demon King imposter start checking off his missions. It's bound to get wild with a supporting cast of quirky demon buddies. Plus, the MC sometimes makes some head-scratching choices, and that knight dude seems painfully oblivious at times. But hey, that just adds to the chaotic fun. If you want a unique blend of body swap shenanigans, angel versus demon throwdowns, and a demon king forced out of his comfort zone, the Book of Lear is an insane read. Coming in at 8 on our Demon Lord extravaganza is the sweet and spicy Retired Demon King. Now this premise is just sinfully good. So the Demon King gets challenged by the hero to go out and find true love. But rather than just being a big softie, this bad boy decides to infiltrate a school for human adventure where romance is blooming like flowers. Here's the juicy twist though, this school is run by the Holy Church whose main mission is literally to kill the Demon King. Talk about a crazy wrong place, wrong time situation. I mean, what can possibly go wrong? This Demon Lord really put himself in the lion's den, and I'm loving the hijinks so far. The background is getting set up nicely, with plenty of room for chaos to ensue. The supporting crew looks fire too, and if you want a nice blend of demonic and wholesome, with a dash of will he get caught tension, Retired Demon King is an absolute must-read right now. It's fresh, it's funny, it's got this charming absurdity, and I am hooked. Can the Demon Lord find love at this human adventurer school before the church takes him down? He'll have to read and see. Coming in at number 7 on our Demon Lord series is After 10 Millennia in Hell. Now this one takes the classic isekai premise and flips it completely on its head. Our main man, Oh Kang-woo, is the big bad Demon King, but he's totally overruling hell. So he pieces out to return to Earth, only to find out the entire planet has turned into a crazy MMORPG battleground. Talk about a rude awakening. Not only are his demon powers sealed, but dimensional gates have opened up everywhere. So now, players are just flooding in to hunt monsters and level up for sports. If our former Demon Lord wants any chance of surviving this new hellscape on Earth, he's gonna have to adapt fast. But let me tell you, This ain't your typical isekai power fantasy. Kang-woo is struggling hard, and Earth may be actually worse for him than literal hell was. The story has such an awesome dark psychological vibe while still bringing the action and even a dash of romance. The balance is just chef's kiss. And trust me, it's way more captivating and unique than you'd expect for this kind of premise. If you're a fan of clever takes on isekai tropes with a demon lord twist, After 10 Millennia in Hell is an absolute must-read gem of a manhwa. I am hooked and you will be too. Hitting the 6th spot is the action-packed A Demon Lord's Martial Arts Ascension. Now this one starts off pretty standard. Demon realm, humanly realm, and the usual fantasy tropes. But then we get a sweet twist. The demonic and heavenly forces call a truce, ushering in peace to the human world. Our main guy, Jian Minchul, is just living his best college bro life until he stumbles upon a relic that unlocks his past life memories, and turns out he was a big bad demon king that brought the world to its knees. Whoa, talk about a bombshell reveal. This triggers Minchul to regain his insane demonic powers, plus some fresh new abilities too. And now the real juicy question arises, can this former world destroyer harness the powers of good and evil to actually protect the peace he helped create? It's one of those brilliant redemption arc premises that just hooks you right away. The story hits the ground running after laying out the epic world building. And Minchul's power progression is crazy satisfying with all the demon crawling action. The art gets really crisp during the fight scenes too. If you're itching for a top-notch power fantasy with massive world building and a badass Demon King MC trying to redeem himself, this is an absolute must-read. Demon Lord's Martial Arts Ascension delivers on all fronts. Coming in hot at number 5 is the spicy and hilarious Training with the Demon King. Now this premise is just too juicy. We've got this cold, ruthless Demon King who's basically invincible and feared by all. But then, wait for it, he gets his magical powers stripped away by a female hero's mysterious lip-locking hex. I mean, can you imagine the sheer humiliation? The undefeated Demon King gets taken down by the intimacy of a kiss? Absolutely diabolical. But our boy ain't gonna mop around though. He's determined to retrain and regain his strength through some very unconventional methods. It's just such a ridiculously over-the-top yet charming premise. The Demon King has gone from the ultimate badass to a weak, desperate power regainer. And I'm 100% here for the outrageous chaos and body humor. The art is really bringing out those spicy scenes to life too. If you want a delightful blend of action, smut, and comedy with a training montage unlike any other, Training with the Demon King is an absolute riot. It's unconventional, it's funny as hell, and I am obsessed. Do yourself a favor and add this one to your list immediately. Sliding into the number 4 spot is the intriguing and heartwarming tale, The Regressive Demon Lord is Kind. Now this one has a really unique premise that just hooks you right away. We're introduced to the evil, all-powerful Demon King Zeke Moore at the end of his reign. As he's about to bite the dust, the hero shouts some bold last words. Demon King Zeke, become someone who does good in your next life. Well, wouldn't you know it, Zeke actually regresses and gets a total do-over at being a Demon Lord successor before he took the path of evil. But this time around, he has zero desire to claim the Demon King title. After hearing those fateful words from the hero, Zeke is determined to live a life of goodness and kindness. Here's the kicker though. This former big bad demon has absolutely no clue how to actually be kind. He's been nothing but an evil tyrant his whole life. So now we get to follow his hilarious and wholesome journey of trying to figure out how to do good deeds. It's just such a clever, charming idea I haven't really seen before. The character development potential is massive as Zeke tries to reform himself, and the art style is super clean and expressive, really bringing out those emotional moments to life. If you want a unique blend of humor, heart, and fantasy with an intriguing redemption premise, The Regressive Demon Lord is Kind delivers in spades. It's still a new series, but I'm already heavily invested in Zeke's journey towards kindness. Don't sleep on this one. Hitting the 3 spot is the wild and intriguing tale, Why I Quit Being the Demon King. Now this premise is straight fire from the jump. We've got this legendary Demon King, Demiurgos, who has conquered a staggering 665 realms and invaded the human realm, causing complete chaos. Just when it seems humanity is doomed, a brave hero makes the ultimate sacrifice to put an end to the war. But here's the crazy twist. This heroic act leads to the rise of a new Demon King, the 666th no less. And what does this fresh Demon King do with his newfound power? He says peace out and quits being the Demon King. Can you imagine? Now we've got an ex-Demon King on the run, and a hero who somehow ends up becoming his subordinate? How deliciously absurd is that? I'm dying to know the juicy details behind his decision to walk away from ultimate power. The world building is so rich with all those conquered realms, and the character dynamics between the runaway king and the hero lackey have endless potential for hilarity and heart. If you want a dark fantasy series with a totally subversive take on the Demon Lord premise and tons of mystery, Why I Quit Being the Demon Lord is an absolute must-read right now. The more I learn, the more hooked I become. Coming in at the 2 spot is the insanely addictive I Am the Strongest Boss. Now buckle up, because this one has a killer premise that's guaranteed to hook you right away. The end of the world is upon us, and humanity has begun awakening crazy superpowers to fight off monsters in these mysterious towers. But here's the kicker. At the very top of the highest tower sits an unstoppable force, the ultimate Demon King, Jiu Ming. This evil beast is the ultimate boss that no hero has ever been able to defeat. Human after human thinks that they're the chosen one protagonist destined to take down the Demon King, only to get utterly wrecked in hilarious fashion. When their delusions of being the main character fades, so does that protagonist shine. It's such a brilliant, tongue-in-the-cheek concept that flips the power fantasy tropes on their head. We get to see all those overly cocky potential heroes crash and burn against the overwhelming might of the Demon King. The art goes off too, bringing those intense action sequences to glorious life. If you want a dark fantasy with genius world building, jaw-dropping fights, tons of humor, and a savage Demon Lord boss as the true protagonist, this is a masterclass in entertaining storytelling. I Am the Strongest Boss is fresh, it's innovative, it's drop-dead addictive. Do yourself a favor and binge this one immediately before it inevitably blows up even more. Now this one has an absolute killer premise that just sinks its claws in from the very start. We're introduced to the big bad Demon King, Yifan Zhu, who spent millennia amassing ungodly power and knowledge to crush every last one of his foes. This dude is the ultimate evil badass. But in a shocking betrayal, he's left for dead, only to reincarnate into the body of a lowly young servant. Talk about a harsh downgrade. To make matters even more absurd, this pitiful servant happens to be spiritually bonded to a noble lady named Luo. So now the almighty Demon King is inexplicably drawn to serve and protect Lady Luo and her family. It's hilarious watching this unstoppable force struggle with this new pathetic form and unbreakable bond. The character depth is just off the charts. Yifan, aka Fan, has this devilishly clever mind that contrasts perfectly with his meek servant exterior. And Lady Luo is no damsel. She's a captivating force who constantly keeps you guessing. The world building is rich, the art is spectacular during the high stakes moments, and the emotions feel earned. If you want an exhilarating blend of fantasy, romance, political intrigue, and a Demon King MC with hidden depths, Magic Emperor is an absolute masterclass. It's easily one of the most unique and well-executed manhwa I've ever read. Thanks for watching everyone, I hope you discovered some new interesting takes on the Demon Lord trope. As always, be sure to bribe your mom with chicken tendies so she lets you read more. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more top 10 videos, and until next time, stay safe and stay weebly.